Hi, welcome back. This is Alicia Foreman with our IT class and my MBA program. We've got assignment 12, part 2. We're going to continue with the restaurant reviews. Here we put in the data for restaurant reviews with no label. So this is not going to have, it's not going to have whether it's liked or disliked. The professor left that in there, but they just excluded it. I just took it completely out, so it's not even an option. So that's the information that we're putting in. We're looking at sentiment analysis. Can Orange understand if it is good or bad or neutral review? And we're going to look at heat maps. So there is sentiment in here. We're going to look at the Vader. We made sure that was there. Here's our data table. There's positive, negative, neutral, and compound. So we're going to look at the compound. If wow, loved this place, is going to be a positive. There's zero negative part. There's a little bit neutral. So the compound answer is going to be, it's a 0.59%, 60% positive review. Here, on the next one, the crust is not good. It's really surprising, but it shows that this is a positive 0. The not good is negative. It is 0.5 neutrally negative, and so it's going to be a 0.34 or 34.12% negative comment. So with this information that we see here, we are going to look at a heat map. Here's the heat map here on the side. There are 1,000 reviews in here. So we can look at all of them, and we're going to look through the corpus viewer and 1,000 reviews. So that explains that. Now, there are different sections in here. If you notice here at the top, here are the compound answers. The yellow is going to be positive. The neutral is going to be a light green. Negative neutral is going to be like a dark green, and then the positive reviews are going to be blue. Just double check that. Okay, I do lie to you. The blue is going to be the negative, and the yellow is a positive, and anything in between is going to be a neutral comment. The different shading is going to change what is going to be said. So now that we see that, we're going to look at 5 different sections. So this section, if we highlight this part here, it's going to show up in the corpus viewer, about 160 reviews. It's showing that it is the positive reviews. The compound answer here is going to be yellow, and for the most part. You can see there's green ones in here. Let's see, I really enjoyed this cafe before they expanded. I even told friends they had the best breakfast. So it's 0.5 neutral and 0.49 positive. So a compound of a positive 91. Interesting. That's good and bad. I would say this is more of a neutral one or a negative one because they liked it, but they liked it before. That's really hard for a machine to pick up on, though. All in all, an excellent restaurant highlighted by great service, a unique menu, and a beautiful setting. Compound positive 0.91. That's pretty legit. Both of them were truly unbelievably good, and I am so glad I went back. Positive. I would say it's more positive than the one above, but that's just me. So there are lots of options here. It's picking up pretty good. The yellow parts are positive. All right, let's check out another section. Let's see. So that's 1, 2. The steak was amazing. I want to see. Yes, it does change like that. That's sweet. I just like orange. Let's see. These are all still also fairly positive. The steak was amazing. The regular filet Ramello was the best seafood plate I have ever had. And it's a compound answer of 0.669. So that's pretty good, but I mean, that's a very positive answer. It should have been, I would assume, higher. We were sat right on time, and our server from the get-go was fantastic. 0.68% positive. Even though we did not put anything, we didn't manually change whether this is good or bad or anything with Orange. But Orange has its own program, and when Orange was uploaded, our professor discussed that they put, thousands of words, and they manually said if this is a positive word or a negative word to give sentiment analysis an opportunity. So there was some man-made training in the very beginning when the Orange was created, but it is not something that we did with our data. So that's pretty impressive that you can see that it comes up with a positive answer total. All right, let's see this next section here. Before I go into why I gave a 1-star rating, please know this was my 3rd time eating at this burger joint before writing a review. So that makes sense. Neutral 0.905 and positive 0.095, so 9% positive. Compound of 0.31. This is a negative review. This is negative. I gather negative from this. What Orange understands, it could be different. It's not AI. It's not like you or I, where artificial intelligence, it's not there yet. It is artificial intelligence, but it's not like you or I can think, which is good. I like that. It's not as smart as I am. This is my first and only Vegas buffet, and it did not disappoint. So this was a positive review, and it's saying that it was only 30% positive and more neutral. Interesting. I had the mac salad, and it was pretty bland, so I will not be getting that again. This one has a compound of right in the middle. Not good, not bad. It is very straightforward. I want to see what these are. So how many do we have here? 154, and where would you say these are at in the middle? 154, right there. The atmosphere is fun. Service is quick and friendly. The food was very good. Everything was good and tasty. Portions and good prices. So these are right in the middle, 0.44. I find that interesting. 0.5. We definitely enjoyed ourselves. I feel like that should be more positive. Let's check out this blue range. These are all going to be negative reviews. He was terrible. That's pretty negative. It's negative 0.5%, 52% negative of that review. And it shows here that this negative compound was made up of negative and neutral. He was terrible. Very poor service, negative, same part. Everything was gross. Wow, I'm surprised that wouldn't get a higher one. This is a disgrace. I wonder if it has to do with what Orange comes up with for the strength of a word, whether it be positive or negative. And maybe that's why it's skewing our data. But, it is a negative review, and it is showing that. All right, let's check out this huge section right here. Boop, not that big one. Maybe this will give us what we're looking for. Boop. These are right in the neutral. So the compound of 0. So it's not positive and it's not negative. But then they came back cold. It's not a complete thought. Maybe that's part of it. Con, spotty service. It wasn't busy at all, and now we know why. I feel like they took parts of somebody's review, but didn't take the whole thing. Or maybe it didn't have the question and the answers would make more sense. So I feel like it's missing information or missing the English language context to put that together. The cashew cream sauce was bland and the vegetables were undercooked. Straight up statement. Very slow at seating, even with reservation. There's a period. This place lacked style. we won't be going back. I don't know why these are all straight neutral. I'd like to hear your thoughts if you want to put them down below. Way overrated. Way is not a real word. Overrated is all I'm saying. I mean, it's not English, so maybe it can't, maybe orange can't comprehend that that would be way, but it's giving emotion. Let's see. We won't be returning. Name? I mean, that isn't a comment, so that makes sense. Spend your money elsewhere. Facts. The chips and salsa here are amazing. Look at all those exclamation points. I wonder if we taught orange more, if it would come up with a better solution for the exclamation points, knowing it's either really good or it's really bad if you have a negative answer there. So this is interesting. I don't want to take up all your time with this data, but I like the heat map. You can totally see the different sections. It's easier to visualize than looking at 1,000 reviews. I think there's some learning opportunity for orange here. I am glad that it is not as smart as I am, or as smart as a human, or the person next to me, or another classmate for our master's degree, because that would be scary. But there is some use to this. Let's see. Let's read these at the very bottom. There are some neutral ones in there. A lot of negative. It is showing negative point. 31, negative 34, negative 34. Unfortunately, we must hit the bakery on leftover day because everything we ordered was stale. We must have hit it. I know this is not like the other restaurants at all. Something is very off here. It's negative. Hot dishes are not hot. Cold dishes are close to room temperature. I watch staff prepare food with bare hands, no gloves. Everything is deep fried in oil. That only got a negative 0.29%, but it's extremely negative. That is disgusting, and I am repulsed by that. Neutral. Higher neutral, only 0.08. I think maybe we could do a little bit of teaching of it, and we could learn a little bit more. I think it has a great way to do it. And I like the visualization for it. And I like how you can throw data in orange, put a few icons on here, and then end up with a heat map, and then you can be able to learn about your heat map through the Corpus Viewer. Love orange. I think it's fantastic. Thank you for listening, and we will talk to you later.